Well, I'm Cullen Haynes, and welcome to Live. And we're back again, episode 83 with Mr. Michael Glinatsis from Kreisson. We'll be talking about all things engineering law, construction law, and he's been 19 years at this firm ever since he had a tax file number. We were joking offline. So please have your questions ready. We'll be bringing on the one, the only Mr. Michael Kreisson right now from Kreisson. So here we go. Bring on Mr. Michael Glinatsis. Bringing you on. How are you, Michael?
G'day, Cullen. Good to see you. Thank you for having me.
No, it's good to have you on. Always good to start off with a few tech issues, but hopefully they're now out the way and we can get into the meat of the matter. What's been happening in your world?
So things at Kreisson have been busy over the past couple of years, 18 months or so. Since coming on board and stepping into the new role, we've done a lot of restructuring, a lot of reflection, looking at how we can better service our clients, a bit of getting the sledgehammer and breaking down some old systems and processes, overhauling the tech stack, looking at AI, all that type of thing. So it's been quite interesting.
Fantastic. Well, we'll get into AI because we have put the title of this discussion, AI, the end of the junior lawyer, which is as polarizing as it is. We want to talk about it because there's some implications to this whole AI thing in law. But, getting back to your good self, obviously, you've been at Kreisson many years. So if your life was a series of film titles, what would be the best one to describe your journey so far?
I think anyone jumping into business may reckon with this, that I think The Revenant is a good title. And I do feel with that movie that when you jump into business, you're sort of bright-eyed, bushy-tailed. And then I think the reality of business is not dissimilar from getting attacked by a bear, like Leonardo DiCaprio is in that movie. And then it's a matter of crawling, then limping, then walking as you find your way forward.
No, I like it. I think you're doing well with those ones. Very well thought out as well. And in terms of what you're seeing in the AI space, AI is shaking things up in the legal profession, as you know, and as we're going to talk about. What sparked your interest? Because you said you wanted to break down barriers and rebuild things better. What sparked your interest in how technology and the law intersect? I'd love to know.
I think fundamentally the legal industry is one that's quite archaic and antiquated in how it likes to operate. Though we do see sparks of innovation, particularly in that new law model. Shout out to Sprint Law, Legal Vision, those types of law firms. I think on whole, on mass, there are things that can be done differently, more efficiently, and with the ultimate goal of better servicing the client. And technology really empowers that and is a vehicle to do that. So yeah, that's probably in a nutshell where the interest lies. How can we better service our clients using the resources and technology we have at our disposal?
Makes sense. And as you said before, like the whole team at Kreisson is forward-thinking, multidisciplinary. So what makes your approach unique in today's legal market, do you think?
I think when we have been reflecting over the past 18 months as to how we can best service our clients, part of the discussion and part of the framing of the new legal service models we're sort of rolling out has been agnostic to the conventional model. So the conventional model of legal services is particularly in our sector is I've got a problem, got to call a lawyer, get the problem solved. So that more reactive based approach to providing legal services. Alternatively, our new way of thinking is how can we be more preemptive in our legal advice to partner with our clients to avoid that trigger issue that causes them to call us in a conventional sense. And I know some may form the view that that cannibalizes, your work, but if you run with the old adage and trope of being a trusted advisor, you do want to partner with your clients and work with them to avoid the pitfalls and that type of thing. And it's something I think you observe in even in Hollywood, like looking at Wall Street, right? That movie with Gordon Gekko, these big shots in the commercial sector. I know it's a movie, but
Agreed, for lack of a better word, is good.
But whenever he walks into a room, and it's quite subtle, he's got his lawyer with him, right? Checking the commercials, looking to protect his interests, that type of thing. That's a good point. So that's sort of what we're trying to build, and that's our new approach to doing work at Kreisson, partnering with our clients ongoingly to help them avoid the issues that would cause them to call us later in time.
No, it's been, I like what you said there, and I'm endeared by it. By you're not looking to it may cannibalize some of your work, but the main work that they're coming to you for is that trusted advisor. So it's like us putting, calculators and things on our website, right? Yes, they probably won't need to engage us for that, but when they really need to engage in the meat of the matter, like getting their pre-approval, what have you, they know who to come to.
That's right.
You've obviously had a long and storied journey in law. So what's a surprising skill that has helped you, Mr. Glinatsis, in your journey?
I think my stubbornness. I can be a bit stubborn.
Yes.
I think anyone in business knows you need to have a little bit of grit and a little bit of perseverance. So having a stubborn streak in you is helpful.
It's actually a good thing, right? It's a good
thing. Yeah, it can be a good thing. It can also be a bad thing because sometimes you don't know when to let go of a particular path. But that's why you got to surround yourself with good people.
Well said. Well said. And, as AI is becoming ubiquitous, how do you see junior lawyers adapting to it? And what's the biggest risk for those who don't?
It's an interesting question. I think what AI is capable of doing is, in short, remarkable. For the junior lawyer, I think they need to be cognizant and I guess hyper aware of what AI can do and how they can either partner with it to use it effectively to enhance what they're doing, or what AI can do to allow them to work around it, so to speak. Yes. I think the legal industry at large may, in some respects, underestimate, and there may be a controversial hot take, and I'm happy to be challenged on it in the comments. But I think the legal industry at large may have underestimated the impact that AI may have on how the legal practitioner does their job.
Underestimated.
Underestimated. And the premise for that is, I recall when ChatGPT came out, we were, as in Kreisson, avid users of copywriters. So we get copywriters to do our marketing material, our website material, all that type of thing. Yes. I know when ChatGPT came out, right? For us, we were just like, okay, well, we've got ChatGPT now. That can, though it may not be to the scale or deliverable or quality of a 15-year copywriter, it's getting us 80% there, and we're pretty happy with that, right? So overnight, we're just like, okay, we don't really need copywriters. Now, copywriters, and this is not ragging on copywriters.
This is not a slide on copywriters.
Not a slide on copywriters, but I know the feedback we were getting at the time was that, no, you still need a human to write. You still need a human to do that. And I think retrospectively, what that tells me in approaching these looking at the legal industry and looking at new tech, is it's ultimately not what the industry says. Like, lawyers can say you're always going to need us, you can't replace lawyers, but it's what the market is willing to pay for ultimately.
point.
So if the market has settled on a substitute product that may be 80% there and they're happy to engage with that, right? The lawyer or legal industry can cry out as much as it likes that you still need us, you still need us. But it ultimately comes down to the client, where they're going to put their money, right? So that's just a new thought and idea I've been chewing on the past couple of weeks. I know it's a bit of a hot take, but happy to be challenged on it. But I think, the market is the ultimate equalizer. So for new lawyers coming up, I think it's important to be cognizant of the commercials that are driving your industry, what is motivating your clients to engage with lawyers, looking at the technology that they are using and how you can fit in between to deliver value ongoingly. So I know that was a long answer, but yeah.
Well, I would encourage people, we are streaming live, LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, X. So put your comments in the chat box and we'll endeavor to bring it up and maybe show you a bit of love as well, get you some engagement. So in terms of like the stress that you deal with every day there, Michael, how do you unwind after a particularly challenging day?
The gym is my go-to place. So
yes.
The gym is where I put a podcast on, listen to the music, and I have 90 minutes of Michael time. And that's a good place to decompress. I should actually say gym is first thing in the morning, so that sets me up for the day.
Yes.
So long as I get that first thing in the day, then I'm fine to just run for the
rest of the day.
I'm okay. Yeah.
It's all downhill from there or uphill from there,
that's right.
Depending on the way. Any passion projects or innovative things that you're doing at Kreisson that you might want to share?
Well, we do have an internal AI development team. They are working on proprietary AI solutions focused on delivering, again, value to our clients and improving the ways we can work to deliver value to our clients. Can't say too much because we're still working on it. But they'll watch this space. There'll be some things coming out in the coming months.
I'm excited to hear that, mon ami. We'll keep it hush-hush for now, but be sure to watch Michael and the team at Kreisson for those updates. We touched on it a little bit before. We talked about the junior lawyer. Where do you see the legal profession going in the next 10 years? Is it AI-driven? Is it human-led? Or is it a bit of both, a bit of hybrid?
I think it'll be a bit of both. I think, your institutional sort of practice areas like commercial litigation and that high touch, strategic legal service that will for the long haul require actual people to be involved in that.
Yes.
For the lighter, more front end type work, transactional type work, I can see AI taking more and more of a role in that. I think at least in the immediate step, lawyers will need to interface more and more with these types of AI services to remain competitive.
Yes.
I don't know where it's going to go long term because there are regulations as to who can give advice. So whether an AI trained by lawyers can actually give advice is another question. Then whether the insurer is going to like that is another question as well. So I think there are a few satellite industries and considerations that are circulating. So at the very least, I think it will be a hybrid model with probably more involvement from people in the dispute resolution side of things.
No, very well said. Okay. No, we're keen to see where it does go, and maybe we'll be proven right in 10 years where people are watching this podcast, the millions tuning in, no doubt.
Yeah, absolutely.
What's the most unusual client request you've ever encountered in your work? Anonymous, of course, but if you can share it, that'd be great.
So this is AI related because the client used AI to create the query. So he received a request online, just Google form type thing, online website form, and the client had said in the inquiry, I've got an urgent commercial dispute, need urgent advice to enforce my rights under contract. Please help immediately. Drummed it up. Stakes seemed really high. So we got this inquiry. We're like, okay, crap. All right, let's call this guy and let's see what's going on. Called the guy. He had just been kicked out of a gym and was looking to enforce his gym membership rights. And we're like, oh, come on, mate. We thought this was some big commercial dispute. You ran it through AI. So, the senior lawyer who took that call, he wasn't very enthused. I think he just said, go and find a new gym.
I'm wondering why. You got me curious now why this person was kicked out, but I guess we'll never know.
Yeah.
We'll leave that to the annals of history.
That's right.
Who is the most, we all, stand on the shoulders of giants. Who has been the most influential mentor for you in your career? And what lesson sticks with you today about that, Michael?
I'd be remiss to say if it wasn't my father who founded the firm, Kreisson, about 20 years ago. So I have grown up under his wing, although I've branched out on my own and encountered my own and experienced my own failings. My father's been that constant presence in my life from a commercial standpoint. And I think his biggest lesson that is imparted is no shortcuts and don't compromise. So, in business, it's easy to fall into a trap of taking the easy and the quick way. But it's the hard but right way that stands a test of time. So
well said.
That's something that he's imparted in me.
And if your father's listening, shout out to him. I'm sure he'll be very proud wherever he's watching this from. Where does the name Kreisson come from, if you don't mind me asking? Like where does that history come from?
So Kreisson is a Greek word, an ancient Greek word.
Yes.
And my father can explain it better, but I think it's used as a descriptor in the Bible when they're describing Christ being better than the angels. So Kreisson is that descriptor. So Kreisson is to be better than or above, that type of thing from a quality standpoint, I guess, in a commercial context.
Amazing. Do you find that like having faith helps you in your day-to-day workings?
Oh yeah, it helps. You definitely need it.
You got to believe in a higher power with the stuff that you're doing, that's for sure.
Yeah.
What would you like to see change in law to make it more future ready, do you think?
I think looking more at what the client needs and what the client is saying.
Yes.
I think there needs to be an industry shift away from that billable hour, which clients resent.
Yes.
And I think it gives, and I think it doesn't assist in that trusted advisor piece when you want to partner with your client, and the conventional trope or perception of lawyers because of this billable hour is that, if I want to call my lawyer, I'm going to get hit with an exorbitant phone bill because they're charging every minute, every second, right? I think the model needs to shift away from that. I don't know how. AI may be a solution and a driver for that, because if you can establish some fixed or repeatable cost-based or cost of production-based using AI, it might be a bit more easier to consider fixed fees. I know a lot of the large accounting firms or management consulting firms do sort of fixed fee-based projects. I know it becomes a bit difficult when you look at litigation because it becomes how long is a piece of string, but
correct.
I think lawyers need to put their heads together to work out a new way that we can interface with our client base in a way that isn't going to perpetuate this, trope of lawyers being, those blood-sucking sort of, charge you every minute, every hour, that type of thing.
Oh, absolutely. We want to do what we can to move away from that old archaic mindset. That's for sure.
Yeah.
And this might be a nice little segue to it. Like, if you could give any lessons to the young lawyers starting their profession right now or starting their careers in the world of AI, what would you say to them there, Michael?
I think it is important to be very tuned in and cognizant of the commerciality of law and what your
Yes.
clients are looking to achieve and do. I
Yes.
think as lawyers, it becomes very easy to lock into tunnel vision, to just do the legal work, right, and push through it. That is part of the job, but you can't adopt a tunnel vision mindset that it's just this legal issue or legal point that I need to resolve. That needs to be done within the context of your clients and their business interests, personal interests, whatever else. And I think that's what makes a trusted advisor, because you partner with them to help them on their commercial journey, their personal journey, whatever it may be. You can't just lock in tunnel vision, rack up hours doing legal work, though it may academically be excellent and fantastic and akin to a judge's judgment, right? Is it commercial to the client to produce that, use that, and run with it? Do you know what I mean? So I think that is something I'd impart to junior lawyers.
No, good point. Good point. And, this is one for your good self. How would you like to be remembered one day there, Michael? Either as a lawyer, innovator, or thought leader, how would you like to be remembered?
I think it'd be nice to be remembered as someone who was just upright and honest, that, you got what you, there's no angles to Michael, straight shooter. He didn't take the piss or anything like that. You got what you saw, essentially. And I'd hope that would transcend to the broader Kreisson firm as well, that, at Kreisson we're straight shooters, and that's how we like to operate.
Absolutely. Well, if anyone wants to get in touch with you or grab a coffee, or where are you hanging out the most? Where's the best way to do that there, Michael, for yourself or Kreisson?
I'm based at Martin Place. Feel free to add me on LinkedIn with a note or shoot me an email.
Yes.
Cullen, will you share? You can share my email address. That's fine.
I'll share. I'll change the show notes to include your email to make it easier for people to reach out.
Cool. That's fine. Otherwise, LinkedIn would be the best.
Fantastic, my friend. Well, we'll bring you back on for some bonus questions in a moment, but really appreciate your time sharing your journey, what you're doing at Kreisson, and what the world of AI is looking like in the future. It's been amazing, my friend.
Pleasure, Cullen. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. And if you are a legend of law or know someone who is, and you want to be on the LawLive with Cullen Haynes show, we come out every Wednesday, talking to a different legend of law. And I think we're backed up until September, but nonetheless, get in touch anyway, and we'll see if you can squeeze you in. All the best, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in, and listen to wherever you get your podcasts. Take care. Bringing you back, Michael, if you could explain your role to a child, how would you go about making it as simple as possible for them to understand?
Oh, boy. So when people get into trouble, they call people called lawyers.
Yes.
To help them get out of trouble. I manage those lawyers and keep them fed, watered, happy, so they're able to help people get out of trouble.
Like that. Easy. Even my 3-year-old Benji would understand that. He'd be like this. Very,
Not too reductive, I hope.
No, absolutely not. I think it was very, very, very measured, very eloquent, very well received. If you have a pet, how would they describe you there, Michael?
Oh, boy. That's interesting. I've never considered this. I don't have a pet, so it's a bit complex. How would a pet describe you?
How would animals describe Michael? Kind, caring, carefree?
Oh, I would hope so.
Yeah.
Kind, but maybe a little bit distracted.
Okay. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I probably get that as well, for sure.
Yeah.
And this is a nice way to end the whole stream. If you could give yourself advice at any age, what would that advice be? And when would you go back and visit yourself?
I think the classic one is I go back to myself in year 9 and say buy Bitcoin, but that's probably overused. That's probably overused a little bit.
Huddle.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. I think it would be probably my early teens, or sorry, late teens rather, during that uni phase. We probably had a bit too much fun during that uni phase. Should have spent more time studying, hitting the books. So I would have told myself to adopt maybe a bit more of a future mindset, but holding it in balance. You can't be too serious all the time.
Absolutely.
You still got to do a bit of work at uni, right?
Look, you're a human being, not a human doing. So I think.
Yeah. Okay. I like that.
Absolutely. Now, I really appreciate you coming on, Michael, and I've been looking forward to this for some time. So I'm glad we could get it out there. And look at that, 26 minutes, ready to get back to your next matter. Look at that.
Thank you, Cullen. Thank you for having me. It was a big pleasure.
Appreciate it, everyone. Bye for now, and make it count. All the best. Take care. Hey there, Cullen Haynes here, Australia's leading broker for lawyers on LinkedIn, and here's why I want to talk to you today about my new book, The Laws of LinkedIn, 23 ways to find your tribe, build your following, and make 7 figures on LinkedIn. When I started this journey 7 years ago, when we built, myself and Andrew, my business partner, we built Legal Home Loans from the ground up, the pain point for us was we were at a standing start. No one knew who we were. We had no money, we had no contacts, and basically we had to find a way to make our voice heard, talk to our tribe, the legal community, and build trust. And the only thing we had at our disposal was LinkedIn, which was and still is free. There's over 1 billion people on LinkedIn, and I wish when I started, I had this book with me to guide me, because I basically distilled my 23 top leading hacks that we use to build our business to a 7+ figure, and I really want to get it out there and share it with you. So if you're